Welcome back, everybody, to part 2 of Reggie's Chosen Session 2. Before we jump into the action, if you're watching this on YouTube, you should definitely like the video, leave a comment down below. That helps the YouTube algorithm pick up our momentum and spread us across the internet so more people can enjoy content such as this. And if you would like to hang out with us live, our full schedule's down in the description below. And if you're interested in getting in on some of these games, we have a few slots that are opening up come December. So if you are interested in joining any of our pay-to-play games, you can go over to our Patreon. Link to that is also in the description below. If you join now on a lower tier, that'll add you to the wait list. And as slots open up, if it meets your demand, we go in order of the wait list. So, yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Hi, people. How are you? Wow.
Old.
Wow.
A little enjoying the brilliance of sleeping next to a probably waiting for some sweet dreams tonight.
Yes. So, unfortunately, you all said you went to sleep.
No, we set watches.
I literally said it right before we went to bed.
Fine.
Yes, I said we could take
Watch
watches like
orders.
we normally
Watch
do.
order. 4 of you. Watch orders.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go second.
Then I'll do third.
Jasper has 4th. There you go. Alrighty. Roll your perception checks, each of you. And I'll roll some dice to see what happens.
Oh, goody.
Jasper, why'd you roll twice?
No, it glitched out a little bit.
Ah.
It's the 3.
Well then. Who said first again? Nico?
Yeah.
Nico, 26. As you are seated there, looking at everybody else with their makeshift little shelters, it's kind of cute. Hanging out, just watching both sides, keeping your head on a swivel. You hear flapping of wings. Not very large, I mean, pretty big. And then you see an owl just land, perching on a nearby rock. Ooh. You're muted.
I will. Am I muted?
Now you're not.
I'm just gonna use one of the points to cast Speak with Animals, and I'm sorry. Well, hello there.
Ooh.
Is it saying hoo hoo?
That's what you hear. Ooh.
Crossbow towards it.
Okay.
Okay. What are you?
Oh, dude, chill the fuck out. In animal speech. Fucking with you. Jeez.
Sorry, we're near a little tense right now. If you
Have you never hung out with an owl before? We're dicks.
yeah, Dick, you couldn't get shot by the crossbow.
That is that fine. I'm not going to tell you what's coming. It flies off.
Okay.
Yeah, at least he was honest about it.
Okay, something's coming. I'm going. Which direction the owl flew in from the outside, right?
It flew in from the east, and now it is flying north.
From the east. So
From the road's direction.
No,
Or the other way.
it flew in from the east, which means it came from the Jorhas area to here. Not saying that far, but you know, that direction. And now it's heading north.
how large is the mouth of the cave?
Roughly about 10 feet across, end to end. A little bigger.
Hmm.
The height of it is about 7-8 feet.
Oh well. That's got me on edge. Something's coming. Something's coming. I'm going to step outside for a sec.
Okay. You step out there and you see the 3 horses. They just look at you, raising their eyebrows.
Strange bird came in and said something's coming.
Yeah, owls are dicks.
Yeah. If y'all see anything, please notify us. Like, just, I don't know, neigh loudly or something.
How about you release our ties? So we don't have to sit here if something comes.
What? That's fair. If something comes, run to the base of the mountain, we'll meet y'all there again. Fair?
Hmm.
And we'll feed you carrots, lots of carrots when we get back into town.
Roll persuasion on that. Okay. So you untie the 3 horses?
Yep.
Now the 3 horses are very anxious and keeping watch.
Yep,
But you
that-
did promise them carrots, and they really like carrots.
Yeah, just, I don't care if y'all run after, at least give us warning. So we can get ready to deal with whatever it is.
Yeah. Lots of carrots?
Lots of carrots.
Alrighty. They're keeping very anxious watch right now.
Okay. Let's see, anything I should do?
Anything else?
Thinking. No. That is all.
Okay.
I will inform the next person taking watch of, hey, something's coming from the east. I'm
And
gonna
who's
check
next?
Oh,
for
well, that's
Corvus. Yeah, something's coming from the east. Was informed by a little birdie. The horses are keeping watch. I untied them. Promised them carrots, and if anything happens, they're gonna yell out a warning. Well, they'll neigh very loudly, and then they're gonna run to the base of the forest. We'll meet them up there and I promised them carrots for them not leaving us or abandoning us.
fair enough, I suppose.
So if you hear loud neighing, please wake us all up. If none of us wake up.
Fair enough.
Okay. Nico, give me a charisma save. Okay. You managed to put enough trust in Corvos to handle this situation. You go to sleep. Corvos, are you taking any special precautions?
I'm gonna keep an extra sharp eye towards the east.
Okay. You stare out towards the east, watching from side to side. All shift long, nothing happens. Then Fordrum.
I will pass the same warning to
And
Ford
I
from there.
say something before I go to sleep.
What?
Hey Corvos.
Hmm?
When Jasper's turn to take shift, can you ask him to close the entrance of the cave with Moldurf?
I suppose I could. Sure.
So we only have to worry about one way?
Fair enough. And then I will pass that on to Ford as well.
Okay.
And
So Fordrum is doing measurements in his head of the exact angle of boxes and the circumference of the opening of the cave to determine if maybe boxes could close it or
Yeah,
Will he
quite-
need boxes and molder? Like,
boxes would give you shelter, but you would need molder to make it like more solid.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is he's sort of thinking that mold earth might not close an entire cave entrance, but it could, with the use of boxes, just seal around the boxes. So,
One way to find out.
because I don't know that he's got doors
True. Or ladders.
or ladders, right? So there's that.
Alrighty. Forgem, you keep watching. The horses seem very anxious out there, not sleeping at all. Nothing happens.
Okay. I wake up Jasper and I say, there's been a request that you close the cave entrance with mold earth.
Good idea. I could try that.
Alrighty.
We'll rest for a little hour, but I'll get up in a bit and make breakfast.
Go ahead, Jasper, and give me a survival check.
Okay. Sounds about right.
Who's closest to the entrance?
I mean, it would probably be me.
Well,
Fine.
who slept
The one
closest?
molding it. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's trying to be close to this goddamn cave.
I'd say all of you roll me a d4.
Wherever the boxes are, I was probably closest because I was
Alright.
amongst those boxes.
All right, if Forgem's volunteering, it's you. Give me a dex save at disadvantage,
Okay.
because you are startled while sleeping.
Go to sleep. Go to
Alrighty.
sleep.
As you're kind of lying there, starting to sleep,
Let's slide.
Jasper moves a section of earth from a different area of the cave, cracks all the way down towards you, and Jasper, by the time you get the of uh-oh out, Forgem tumbles down into the cave a little bit, falling and spinning very loudly through the entire process.
Oh, shit.
Forgem, you fall about 40 feet. Luckily sliding, though, so you're not taking full fall damage. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fine.
Just and you are
Jasper
awake.
does the real bad winds. Oh.
Everyone else wakes up.
Jasper's just like holding his hands like, ah, shit. Forgem, you okay down there?
I'm okay.
Hey, are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Are we about to get killed? Are we under attack?
Oh, no. I was just trying to see if I could close this cave a little bit, and some of the earth near Forgem kind of collapsed, and he fell into the cave a little bit. That was my bad. My bad.
Do I need to make any rolls to climb out, or can I just walk out?
Oh, you can just walk out. It's an incline, and when you're rolling, you just roll.
yeah.
But
I roll well.
no, not
I
that
climb
well.
out.
Easy enough. Jasper, you gonna try that again?
I'll just prestidigitate him and clean him off, and then yeah, I'll try again.
All right, Nico.
you-
What? Nico's inspiring you.
Yes, quite.
Hey!
Might as well use it. So, D8 right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, 26.
This time, you
Very
walk
frickin'
out further away and take dirt closest to the side that would fall down the mountain off and over there to
Yes.
mold. And after about 10-15 minutes or so, you get a suitable little hovel that's completely sealed off. Just a solid, well, fairly solid stone wall.
It
doesn't
missing
have-
something.
That much fortification. Yeah.
He will pull out the iron door and he'll
door.
slap it on the front.
Alrighty.
Oh.
You watch as he rips a patch off and slaps it onto the wall, and a door into place.
Where did
Huh.
that come from?
He just pats the robe.
Oh. I start staring at his robe.
Yes, unfortunately that was my last door. I have 2 ladders as well, though.
I wish we'd known we had ladders. Think of the.
Yes,
Anyway.
they're 24-foot tall ladders.
24
Hmm.
foot tall.
Yep, that's what it says.
The reach is 25. Fuck.
Damn it. Yes, I also have a pit, a 10-foot cube pit that I could place anywhere, and a
Oh.
rowboat,
Rowboat.
a small rowboat. Yes.
That's good to know.
hmm
Very good to know.
Wait, does that mean we didn't have to steal that one couple's boat that one night?
Well, no, that one was a little bit bigger than a small rowboat. But yes,
Alright.
technically, yes.
Jasper, do you think we got ahead of the other group coming here?
Probably.
Do you think we're ahead of them?
I mean, we'd have to be.
Why? I thought they had days ahead of us.
Maybe they're traveling from farther away?
I thought they were days ahead of us since we stopped and climbed up a mountain and looked at the pool of.
Unless
know,
they
it's-
went somewhere first.
Well, that's possible.
Might have stopped down in Nickel Jonas maybe before they came up, which we did not.
If
They
you,
might have had to go around the gates.
so,
Possibly.
Jasper, if you want to make their lives a true living hell, besides the iron door, we could also put the pit. So they have to go through the door, then they have to go over a pit.
Ooh.
Make it really suck for them.
Well,
I do like that.
Hmm.
a pit is useful. Are you sure we want to use it on this?
No.
I
That's
mean,
why I
a pit-
haven't been using any of these really that often.
We
One
have
of
to
the
mold earth to make a pit.
True, I
nice
could
part
do that.
about a pit is that if people fall in it, they're prone or they're easy to attack.
Yes, and I could do it in an instant.
You know what the even better thing would be to do is pit on both sides of the doors.
Mm. Mm.
We could have,
That is true. And then I could mold earth our own door on the side of it and actually not even have to use that door.
And then you can mold with that door closed again.
Rectamundo.
I like that idea. Let's make it especially hard for them.
Yes, it is also barred on one side of my choice. So I would say it is barred from the inside.
Okay. So you'd have to be from the inside to leave easily.
Correct. To remove the
Oh.
bar.
Assuming you could float over a pit.
Yes. You'd have to get somehow over the pit in order to be in front of the door in order to unbar it. And then on the other side, it's barred from the opposite side, and there's also a pit in front of it. Thus, you have a locked door that is a pit in front of it still, as well. So either way, it's not going to be great. I like this idea. I will do
I
this.
like it so much.
I will rig this cave entrance with this plan.
Looney Tune style.
Yes, very Looney Tunes style.
All right. I do need a full description written down of what you are doing here, just in case, one of
Gotcha.
the other groups comes through here or not.
Yes, quite. Okay.
But everybody else, I
I
assume,
hope one of the other
eventually
groups
you
comes
go
through
back to
there.
sleep.
Yes, now the rest of you need to go to sleep.
But-
Once again, I am sorry, Fortune. What's the next?
Oh, it's fine. Our night of sleep is done, though.
Let's see.
I mean,
Do it from 30 feet away. Alright. I can make this pit 30 feet deep.
let's not make it until like the second side until we've,
No, we can just go. We can just make a second door around it.
Oh, yes. I can make a door anywhere on this mountain, pretty much.
Yeah.
Doors do not own me anymore.
Now you're in your favorite terrain.
Exactly. You're in my house now.
So, everybody else, eventually you go back to sleep. Jasper, you set your trap.
Yep.
I'm only only sleeping for an hour, and then I'm gonna get up and make breakfast
Easy enough. Yeah.
because
And
that's what I do.
everybody wakes up. Nothing happened all night. Nothing at all. The horses are exhausted, however, because they stayed up all night worrying that they would get attacked.
What made him think that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm sure it wasn't one of us. That would be terribly irresponsible.
Well, as I have no understanding of animals at all, I just figure they're fine. Are we traveling down into this tunnel tonight, or today, or are we staying out and heading along? Do we know?
Fellow players,
Well, we came here to see whether or not they were here or wait for them to be here, maybe, as this is one of the entrances in order to get the Verse Glade, which is where they're probably going to go with it. So
And we did check to make sure there was no sign of them having already passed through, right?
yes, it didn't seem like there was anything to indicate that anybody new has stayed here or been through here. But I think we should at least go in a little ways just to check.
Well, I've been in and it was fine. At least for the first 40 feet, there was nobody.
Yes, and I'm sure if they heard it, they would have come out. Possibly.
What I don't understand is, does this so this tunnel doesn't lead to the glade?
Yes, it does. But
No.
very deep within. Like
the-
layers deep. There is a
glade
very large crypt in here that is like multiple stories down.
and the glade is down past that crypt.
Correct. It
Well,
is
then we
somewhere
have-
past the crypt.
Then we have to head down here.
Yeah, we could. But then that would also, if they are already not here and they come in, we don't have a way to escape except in deeper through the crypt, possibly into the glade itself, which is extremely dangerous.
The glade's dangerous.
Yes, extremely. I said this multiple times.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot
You
of
know,
things are
unstable
dangerous.
magics, very big,
Right.
strong, creepy monsters.
Yeah,
The whole,
right.
especially in a very not tame piece of the wild that not many people go to. So if we get stuck there,
Right.
Yeah.
There's also the escape out from behind the waterfall.
yeah.
be sure you're not chasing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our options are bad and worse. So I feel like
Correct.
this episode is the bad one, or this side is the bad one, not the worst one.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
This is definitely the least shit of all the options we have currently.
right. This is our least shitty chance. So
Yeah.
I think we should prepare, eat a nice breakfast, say our prayers, and then head on down.
Yeah, maybe I just won't pray.
Well, we have everybody has their ways. I'll pray for you.
All right, that works for me.
Uh-huh.
Definitely gonna need that.
I pray for all of you every day.
My heart. Jasper's not used to people caring about him.
Fordham turns away to cook breakfast, grinning because he knows how painful that probably was.
Existential crisis.
And then makes a little mental note. Don't forget to pray for your people, since he said you do.
Yes.
Alrighty.
And then I'll make breakfast and as a meeting, say a little something. More to Morden. Or we're not calling him Morden anymore. To the Allfather. And include everyone, please protect us. Keep Corvus safe. He's a noble. Should be. Nico, Jasper, and Mav if he's here or not here. All of us. As we travel into this evil pit. To an evil place with an evil crypt.
Very, very, very good way of describing it.
Would you like to roll me a D100, please, Forger?
Jesus Lord.
You're the one who keeps praying. I have a mechanic, and you're abusing it.
I know.
You're abusing my mechanic that you don't know.
Look
Oh.
at there. That's like
Look
the
at that.
best roll I've ever gotten.
Yeah, it's above 10.
Yeah, wild.
Woo! The fact that it's double digits really excites me. Incredible.
So, for the briefest of moments, Forger, you feel a warmth. Kind of just rest on your back, like a hand.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I know that one. That's the I got your back, brother. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Go with God. Keep talking.
Feels like the heat of the forge. Feels nice.
Yep.
Oh, that feeling when you have your back to like a furnace or a fire or a forge, and just it's nice.
Yeah, I never turned my back on a forge, but I get what you mean. It's an addiction though. It's not a thing. But I get
Fire
it.
pretty, fire cool.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
So,
Oh.
you all
Well,
go.
I was.
should I lead?
Mm.
Yeah, I guess you can lead.
Right on.
Alrighty.
Come on, lads. I pull out-
Jasper, I assume you warned them.
Oh no, we're going in the side way.
Okay. Just you
Ignore
guys
the
see
door,
massive.
boys. Ignore the door.
You see massive pitfalls all around you. As you're kind of just skirting past them.
Oh, I thought we already went just inside, made pits, then proceeded.
Oh, I figured he would have done that during the night while you guys were sleeping.
I mean, he was the last watch, so like.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I did.
And he
I
rolled
did.
shit, so what's the point in him having a roll anyways?
Yeah, no, I did. I did do it before they woke up.
Yeah.
Look at my contraption.
Wow.
So,
I take back that I slept for an hour.
that's fair. That's fair.
Um,
You all begin
So I will
traveling.
lead.
Okay.
Nice golf.
Fortrum in the front. You all begin traversing down into the mountain itself.
Shield out. Axes out.
Likewise.
I put my fist forward with my ring on it.
Do you want the crossbow?
Green Lantern style.
Yes. No, I'm good. I'm good. Pat's the eye patch that he's wearing still.
Right. So, you begin traversing downwards. And it's warmer in this cave than it is outside. Far warmer. It actually
Stay-
feels pleasant, but still humid. As if moisture from the recent rains and snowfalls have accumulated in this area.
My favorite.
Does it smell like sulfur at all?
Give me a nature check.
I was just about to ask if it smells funky. Ugh.
Not yet, but I'll maintain that 15 for at least a few more hours.
All right.
Just remind me if that comes up again.
Very.
That is the sniff check.
The moisture sits very heavily in this cavern, and you can see that there are droplets leaking through the cracks in the ceiling above. The walls are slick with the recent temperament of the outside, and the floor beneath your feet makes it uncomfortable to traverse with any form of expedience.
Not me.
Jasper feels great.
Yeah, the humid air that is actually warm, very, very menagerie coast, and being in a cave. Yeah, no, I'm killing it right now. It's all me, baby. It's what I do.
That's what you
I am
do.
probably also fine with
Yeah, I got my earth walk, baby. Nah.
Nice.
I'm sure there's like, because of all the dripping, there's like stalactites and stalagmites everywhere.
There's a lot of salags of all manner.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
the lags of every ite you can imagine.
Yeah.
As you're traversing deeper in this area, you no longer feel the chill at your back once you're about 100 feet deep. And it keeps snaking, twisting, and twining. Jasper, you are very familiar with this route as you've walked both paths with somebody who knew what they were doing, both to and from. Now, as you get further and further down, what's your speed that you all wish to push towards? You're already slightly slowed by having to be careful.
Just at whatever that is. I'm not gonna creep.
Should we also be slightly quiet while walking? I'm trying to be slightly quiet.
Oh, yes, don't worry about that, boys.
Are people stumbling and such? Like,
Eh,
'cause,
I mean,
again,
it's-
we can try and help.
Thank you.
I could do what I did with Mold Earth before.
Well, the water walk I think would help us maybe too. I don't know.
It is kind of slick, but I don't know. I don't know if it's enough water to warm.
Yeah, I agree. It might not really.
Yeah, that might be better spent elsewhere.
Yeah.
Honestly, now that we're finally in here, I feel like we should probably be sneaky.
Let's take our time and be careful.
Yes.
Slow and steady.
Yeah.
Let's be safe for once. Let's see how that works. And he will basically stomp the ground with one foot, and a bunch of the pebbles that are on the ground will just kind of float up about a couple inches and start swirling around people's feet, muffling their footsteps.
So, with that, you all no longer disturb the earth beneath you as you walk, which makes traversing it actually much easier. So you're no longer having to be as sure-footed, if you don't want to be, of course.
He basically picks up the earth, dries it off, and then just has it go over under people's feet as I step.
Fordrum,
Yep.
as you are approaching deeper down, you do see that there appears to be a very large pool of dried blood on one of these landings. And what appears to be a burnt arm lying out of it. Unmoving.
Right.
The arm, the back end of it goes into the pool of water, or
Right.
dried blood.
Right. I hold the axe up like, hold on. And I'm gonna stop before approaching it because this has like trap written all over it to me. I'm gonna point out there's a pool of blood with a half burnt arm. So I think something bad obviously happened to someone, but this looks like some kind of a trap or something. I kind of try and like look up at the ceiling there, but like, I mean, I'm away from it by a number of steps, but trying to look at the ceiling, see if there's any kind of openings or something.
I'll take a look at the walls and ceiling. Just
Go for it. Perception check, both of you.
Nope.
Unfortunately, it's burnt, so we probably couldn't tell too much of how long ago this was probably done.
Yeah, the burnt part with a puddle of blood seems odd.
Is it dry blood?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It is dried, but it's clearly a pool. Fordrum, this does not appear to have any signs of clear ambush around you. There's no real nooks or crannies. There's no protrusions in the walls or even anything that would suggest this is like a waiting area. This is just another section of the tunnel that wanes and winds.
Right.
It's just that stands out very clearly in all of it.
Yeah.
That's very strange.
Can
This
anyone
would be the
Can we tell what kind of arm it is? Like, what race of person it might have belonged to?
Get closer and roll me a nature check.
big minotaur hand or just a regular
Okay.
little human?
You get over top of the hand, the arm, and it is the better part of the forearm not cut off, but dropping into the water roughly there before the elbow. I know it's hard to see because I'm super fucking pasty white, but yeah. But as it seems to be placed there, you look at it and you peel back a section of leather armored that was attached to it, and it appears to be an instantaneous burn on the outside of the wound of the arm, which would suggest some type of magic. Corvos, you've spent enough time with both Cade and Reggie. You are very familiar with how magic fire reacts to people. The skin tone would suggest something fairly pale, but not as pale as somebody from the Empire. There was hair around the arm, which would also suggest that the individual had some form of heritage that would suit that, i.e., not a Goliath, not an orc, nothing like that.
Perhaps a bugbear?
Probably not an elf.
Not enough hair for a bugbear. Their arms are much more bulbous in the forearms, much larger and hulky, typically speaking. And 18's a pretty good nature check.
Probably a dwarf then, maybe.
It's a slender arm, though.
Oh, okay.
So not like slender, just slender, not
Regular
something that's
arm.
focused on bulking up,
Gotcha.
There's a difference between people who try to have strong arms and people who just rather be more efficient. But just looking at the arm, that's all you can discern.
It's strange that it would just be the arm, and if it's a pool here, it was just sat here. It was never moved, and it just was there. And it ended up there on the ground, and it was never moved. But where would the rest of the body go?
I'm gonna put my hand on Jasper's shoulder. Can you look up for me, Jasper?
Okay.
That,
What am I looking at?
Jasper, is a ceiling.
That is the roof of a cave.
Okay, there's nothing there.
Not
Here,
that
look.
I can see.
Jen. Nico can't see anything.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah,
just
I mean, I can see through magical darkness and regular darkness up to 120 feet, but I don't know if that's how that
you
works.
think that the rest of the body was just up there and the
Splattered on the ceiling.
Yeah, I thought maybe my creature, maybe an ambush predator.
Based on this, I feel like there'd be a bigger mess if the whole body was here, but it seems like the body was taken, except for this arm for some reason. And it just sat here. They just left it and let it pool. That's very strange.
From what I can see, I can see, were there any kind of like markings on the arm, or?
Unfortunately, all you did was look at the arm aesthetically. You
Fair
haven't
enough.
disturbed it yet, unless you tell me that you're going to like lift the arm up and look.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, no, is it still attached? Oh,
It
God.
is. You begin dragging a body out of the pile, disturbing the dried blood over top that crusts off and then leaves a bit more of a still liquidy sensation to the blood out, and drop the body onto the ground.
Oh,
Oh, there's a body under there. Okay.
Oh.
that's the most successful fishing trip we've had so far.
Oh,
Honestly,
I don't know.
good
This
or
is not the
wrong.
first time they did that, though.
I don't know if I would call this a success, but all right, we have a body now. I think we found it.
Looking at them, this is clearly human. The armor is a configuration of armor that you're not familiar with, Corvus. Neither are you, Jasper or Nico. Fordrum, you can roll me a blacksmith check using your intelligence if you would like to see anything that you may know about it.
Sure.
The cut of their hair seems to be shaven on the sides, leaving a narrow, flat top that arches into a point, and a tail that kind of looks singed at the bottom, pulled into a tight little ponytail on the back of their head.
Okay,
As
out
you
of
drag
character,
them
that's
out,
Ross.
as you drag them out and drop them there, the jaw seems snapped in an awkward position, and the eyes are wide open.
I would probably just think it's Elvin. If my 17 is good enough.
That is incorrect. This particular make, because your family has been commissioned to do work for them in the past, is actually from Taldore.
Oh.
Mass production. The western side of Taldore, closer towards Iman. They typically have this much more agile looking armor that has very specific intricacies to discern position, status, and ability among them. It is studded leather armor, so fairly expensive, fairly well crafted, suitable for somebody who would do, solo missions or solo jobs, or likes to keep to themselves and sleuth about. But the markings on it are very clearly from Taldore. To you, Fordrum. Nobody else, of course, has any idea.
I'll explain all of that in all of that detail to everybody.
They're very far, aren't they, then?
Yeah.
And they found themselves in this cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they found themselves in this cave specifically.
Yeah.
Definitely was not a coincidence.
But you said that this was a cave where people who were part of a cult were. I mean, cultists get recruits from all over, everywhere, anywhere they can find one.
Yeah, but why is he burnt to a crisp?
Oh yes, that piece, and yeah.
The body, also, to clarify, the body is not completely burnt. The forearm is up to the elbow.
Interesting.
Would somebody like to roll a medicine check and examine the body?
Yeah.
Because that seems like what you guys are trying to do without making the roll.
Yeah.
15.
I've looked at a few bodies in my time.
How much time are you going to take to examine it?
A while.
Can the pool be walked around, or is it
easily?
It's obviously a lot bigger than I thought, because there was a body hiding in it.
Looking at it now that you're aware of the body and disturbing it like that, it appears to be about 2 feet deep and just about
Ah,
5-6 feet long.
Oh,
uh-huh.
So you can walk around it, but it is like it's definitely there in the
It's
middle of
noticeable.
everything. Yeah. It doesn't seem like
I'm
something
gonna-
they were trying to hide.
Right. I'm walking around it.
So Jasper,
Oh.
15. You flip the body over and you look at the face. The face seems to be stuck in this petrified motion, but when you touch the cheeks, the jaw does seem to shift slightly, but it seems locked in that like downward snapped position.
Yeah.
The eyes are fixated straight forward, but have completely lost any color to them. They are just perpetually open and staring. And as you even try playing with the eyelid, I'm sorry for people who have eye sensory issues. Warning. Every time you close it, it just opens back up, like snaps open.
Wait, that's
Um,
not supposed to happen.
No. When you start looking over the body, other than the burn marks on the left arm, there are some tattoo scars of ink that has been forcibly removed from the back of their neck.
Oh.
But aside from that, superficial scarring that seems to have been a part of this individual's aesthetic for longer than they've been dead. You can't ascertain how they died.
Without
I
doing,
can- I
deep.
can easily tell you they are dead, though. You know
Yes,
they are
okay.
dead.
I can
That's
see
easy.
that. That part is, yeah. So there was a part where on the back of their like neck, shoulder area that had a tattoo that seemed like it was ripped off. Some sort of ink.
The ink was pulled out of it, it looks like.
Oh.
But they still have the scarring from the tattoo.
Yeah. So can I see what the tattoo would have looked like then?
You can see the raised skin and how it's become more bulbous, but you can't really discern what the tattoo looked like mundanely.
Can I try to trace it onto something and then take that off of it, basically, with the mound of the skin where it was?
Sure. Also, give me a charisma check.
Okie doke.
So is this a sacrifice? Is that
Doesn't seem like it. Seems something different, maybe. I don't know.
Oh. Well, you did say that magic is wild down here, right?
Not here per se, mostly in the verse itself, which we are not close enough to yet,
Oh.
but whatever it was important.
I thought maybe he just, had a satchel moment
I don't know.
or a teacup explosion.
Unless the tattoo is maybe a magical tattoo. I don't even know if those things are real. If you can get one of those, but maybe it was a magical tattoo that he had that gave him some sort of power, and they didn't want him to have it.
So
Who knows?
Magical tattoos are
Huh.
real.
That's
You
cool.
trace it as best as you can. And I'm going to draw incredibly shittily what you trace. Okay?
Yeah. It makes sense if it's shit. He's not a good drawer. He's just trying to trace.
It's banana.
It's a monkey holding a banana. Very important.
Oh.
Very important. Oh, what's happening? Oh. Oh, is this gonna be like a giant, like, star?
Are we praising the sun?
Mm.
Sun for the sun gods.
Ancient god of Lathander. Wrong world.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be.
That's the best that you can trace.
So.
Oh, sorry.
It
I missed one.
So it looks like a Beyblade with razor blades attached to it?
So a
Okay.
fun Beyblade.
Yeah.
I mean, depends who's shooting it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hero.
Okay, so it looks kind of like a sun with some larger rays and then smaller rays between them.
What were you saying, Nico?
Interesting.
Can I roll a knowledge religion?
Sure.
It could be a holy symbol. I don't know what it would be though. Oh, if only we had a cleric with us.
Yeah, go ahead, roll. Oh, I think he lagged out. There you go. 19. This has no religious affiliation that you are aware of. Nico.
Gang symbol?
Can I try a history check? See if that does anything?
Go ahead, Corvus.
It's just a gang symbol, guys. Oh boy.
Corvus, you know how knowledge is not always a good thing to have?
Yeah.
You've
Got
seen
that big
this
library.
symbol before. It
No.
was dangling from the neck from a specific individual who tortured Reggie and
Oh shit.
who made the deal for Reggie's life. This is the same symbol that that individual had on an emblem that dangled from their neck.
Son of a bitch.
Well. So, he worked with the other guy. That's great.
Other guy as in
As in, the one that kidnapped Reggie twice.
so basically the leader of the cult?
Yeah. Happy fucking day.
And it looks like he seemed to try to remove that symbol from this man once he was killed in order to probably keep themselves more hidden and not seen or talked about or investigated.
It would seem as such.
That makes more sense.
Yep.
Well, shit.
That is a fair statement.
So someone somehow from Taldori ended up working with this man, and now he is dead. Oh boy. Okay.
I'd like to say I'm surprised, but
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised
not
at all.
really.
Not really.
This tracks.
God damn it, does it track?
This must have happened sometime after we left the first time.
Well, maybe even before.
No.
How long has the body living game's been here?
Well, we didn't see it, and we didn't when we left or when we came in the first time. So, and it's very noticeable. So it must have happened sometime after we left. Maybe he punished somebody for letting us escape. One of the people that probably tried to help chase us.
That's possible.
Like, oh shit, you were the one who was supposed to be guarding the prisoners in that cage room where we freed the prisoners, and he was maybe out taking a leak or something, or eating food or
Pretty
sleeping.
sure that was the Goliath that you.
Well, he wasn't with us. He wasn't there at the time. He was talking with the leader, so could have been someone else.
There was two individuals who were chasing after you. One was a much more slender elven individual, and then the Goliath.
Yeah.
The elven individual was flying after you.
Yeah.
And the Goliath was magically dispersed, though, in a way that only one person here saw, or two people here saw.
And one of them is gone, and the other one is still here.
Yep. So,
One of them knows that he had a heart attack. You could say, or his heart was attacked. But yeah.
I got that Death Note shit going on.
Sure. Yeah, that's how it works.
do you want me to kill him? Yes!
Yeah. She was like, "Do you want help?" I said, "Yes." I cast slow. She said, "Oh, I'm just gonna slow his heart down instead."
Wait, what? Just.
Didn't know that spell did that, but okay.
Yeah. Jasper's like, "Oh, that's not what I was expecting." All right, well, it worked at least. Let's just get out of here so I don't die. And then he was trying to forget about it ever since.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hasn't worked so far.
So,
Just don't explain all that in character. That's all.
No, never. You will never.
Of course not.
Jasper has been suppressing that for months.
I've been.
He learned one thing from Corvus.
I am not talking about the voices in my head. As we know, when Nico did it, it wasn't very good.
Now,
It's like, oh, hey guys, I hear voices in this house. What? No, it's your concussion speaking.
aside from the armor on them, they appear to have nothing else on them at all. No robes, no weapons, no symbols, nothing.
Well,
No jewelry.
What's like the quality of the armor?
Covered in dried blood.
man,
Prestidigitation.
nothing a little
Okay.
prestidigitation can't get rid of.
It's pretty nice for studded leather. Just looking it over, I mean, it doesn't seem to have very many blemishes on it. Doesn't seem
Man.
to have any decay,
We could-
rust, nothing.
No.
Yeah, we can restore it to new.
Yeah, nothing a little mending can't fix either. What are these cantrips for
Right.
anyway?
There's nothing that needs to be mended. It's
Oh, well, then
unscathed.
that's fucking perfect. Let's clean it up. Why
In
not?
that case, I'm basically asking you, does it look like it's just
That's it.
mundane armor, or is it like the masterwork level?
Roll me an investigation. However, Forgem, I can tell you just because you're you, it is masterwork. Though you would not assume that unless you got this close to looking at it.
Yeah.
It looks
Okay.
very Corvus, I mean studded leather armor, it could still be worth a penny.
I don't deal with light armor. I don't know this shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah. Forgem, this looks like armor that was deliberately crafted to look nonchalant.
Hmm.
But
I
it
mean,
is
and I
masterfully
noticed-
crafted.
When they're like, as soon as they press the digitation it, then I'll go over and be like, it's good armor. You know, we could turn it into better armor, but it's good
Oh.
armor. They made it so that it doesn't stand out as good as it is.
So it's good as in he like pats his eye patch with the
We could put sockets in it if you wanted, yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
I mean, it's that quality.
It also looks unique because it's from a different continent.
You know, Jasper,
Hmm.
in the honor of fairness and I'm a generous soul, if you want this armor, you can have it.
I don't know how to wear armor.
Why don't you warlock?
Yeah, no, but he's no.
I don't know how to wear armor.
Yes.
Well,
Actually, I do kind of want it. Actually, now that I look at it, I kind of do.
I can teach you.
Ooh, that would be great. I also would love to have more protection. I feel very squishy.
Corvus is just looking up like, you don't know how to wear armor?
Oh boy.
You put it on.
You just, you wear it.
I think it's
That's-
a little bit more than that.
It does
Not
this
really.
great thing where weapons just clink off of it.
It starts with that, that's for sure, but
Yeah.
there's more. No, we can.
Wait a minute. No, what am I talking about? I can do it.
we
You
can
are
afford it.
proficient
we can
in
make
light
you
armor.
anything.
Yes, I am now.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Wizards are the ones that get fucked with that.
Yeah. Turns out multi-classing and warlock gives me more benefits than I originally thought.
Woo!
So, do you take it off of their body?
Sure.
Alrighty. You have to untie the ties on the sides to,
Yeah.
slip it off, and it has that very almost Velcro-y rip,
Oh
Off.
boy.
and you lift it up, press it to the underside. The shirt they are wearing looks like that of an average everyday merchant in a town. They seem very casual in their wear. In fact, looking at them, there's no real great descriptions other than NPC number 3 that you can really describe them as. They look very
Except for that
easily
tattoo that was on their
blended
back,
in.
probably.
Oh yeah.
The only
Um,
discernible feature.
But it's low enough on the neck that a shirt would cover it.
Yeah.
Now,
The
as
best
you
clothes are the ones you never notice.
Jasper, as you look at it, are you putting it on?
Just fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
will
There are
slip it on.
2 augment slots on the inside of the armor, hidden from the eye.
Oh, on the inside, smart.
One of them has an augment in it.
Oh shit.
It is a piece of some yellowish gem that has a crack all the way through it.
What?
Do you want me to identify
That
it?
would be wonderful.
Yeah,
Go for it.
I'll
Forger.
identify it.
All right. Do you guys take 10
Do I
minutes to
roll for
ritually cast
identify?
that?
No,
No, you don't roll.
it
It's
just tells you.
I
you
don't
can
roll.
ritually cast if you want, or you can instantaneously cast.
Oh, I'll instantaneously cast. Identifies the
Yeah.
Forge Cleric's, like, I don't even have to prepare it.
You always
Like,
have it
You
on
always
there.
have it,
my-
but it still costs a spell slot if you don't ritually cast it.
Yeah.
It's a
Ritually
first level
casting
spell.
it makes it so it's
Fine.
not a spell slot.
Okay, cool. Just making sure you're aware.
Yep.
I don't want to screw
I
you
know.
over with that.
Yes, because he uses his
Mhm.
spells to fight all the time.
So, this appears to be a discolored emerald.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yes. The emerald itself has quite a bit of magic on the inside of it, Fordrum, and is valued at about 3,000 gold.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be a fatty one.
This is actually... Actually, let me look at their old character sheet.
Their old character sheet.
Yeah, this is somebody that you could have ran into before they died.
Oh, no.
Um,
I assume that's when you would have used the character sheet.
This is an augment of poison resistance.
Oh, that's very useful. Actually, I don't have that already. That's fine.
How do I?
That could be very useful for me. Oh god, I don't want to die from
It can be
poison.
useful to any of you that have to deal with rogues
Everyone except for the dwarf.
and assassins.
Yes.
Well, no, it gives you resistance to the damage. Oh yeah, dwarf.
Yep.
No, they just have advantage on the roll. They're not
Nope.
resistant.
Nope, they have resistance.
They get
Oh,
both.
fucking A,
yeah, we
right.
get resistance too.
So yeah, other than Fordrum, it's useful to everybody.
I mean, I'd love to have armor finally. Now that I can.
Do you still have an empty socket?
If we take a
It
couple
does have an empty
weeks,
socket, so
we can make you anything.
that's true. I could try to get another augment for it to make it stronger.
And
That'd
this
be
does
great.
have 2 slots in it. Remember,
Yeah.
if you wear it and want the benefits, you have to be attuned to it. The armor.
Correctamundo. Yes, and I only have 2 attunements out of 3 right now, so this is my last one.
If you keep the augment.
Yeah.
However,
I'm
to
gonna use it for
replace it,
now.
you'll need a 3rd level spell slot to take it out and put it into something else.
Yeah. Sweet. I'll use it for now.
Which, to clarify, I did change. Any 3rd level spell slot can do that ability. Only clerics or only wisdom and intelligence casters can craft augments.
Can make them, yeah.
That seemed more balanced in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anybody can move them, but only 2
Yep.
sections can craft them. Because charisma casters get fucking enough.
Mm-hmm.
So goddamn many of them too.
There are.
Mhm.
I'll make sure that, like, I'll help suture up all the lacing, tighten things, because if he's not used to armor, at least if I can set it up so that it feels comfortable,
Yeah,
he
you can.
might not hate himself for putting it on.
Oh, don't worry, I already hate myself.
So Jasper, even as he's like tightening the armor on you, you feel a reassured presence as you are donning it completely, where
Mm.
you actually seem to understand how to move with it.
Yeah, it feels natural. Like I'm stepping into some new skin.
It's almost like wearing boots.
And if, speaking of new skin, if I even need to pull out some of those skins to sort of make some areas suture right, I'll stuff that in there too.
well,
I mean, I probably am much bigger than this guy probably was.
you are. It's very tight on you, but if you take the hour to attune, it will resize to you because it's magical.
As soon
Yeah.
as it's completely on him, though, I say, "See, you know how to wear it."
Yes, I am wearing it now currently. That's correct.
So,
And I'll whisper, like, as we're talking, I'll just speak lowly, like, once you attune to this, it'll probably loosen up and fit a little better. Some of these things that I'm tucking into chafing points will relax.
He just nods his head. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So-
I feel slightly less awful now.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody gets to pull a suit of armor out of a pool of blood and then put it on.
No.
And with that,
That's true.
Boardroom just turns into walks.
True.
Alrighty. So,
Smack him on the ass when I'm done. There you go.
Fordrum is just painting all new boundaries that we don't know what to do with.
marching order, please. Boardroom is first.
Come on, lads. Let's see if we can find another puddle with something else in it.
Hammer, hammer, hammer. Who's next? Marching order, come on.
I'll be second.
You're muted, Nico. Still muted.
I'm my thing with them.
Yep.
I'll go third.
Okay, Jasper, you're last.
Yep.
All right, Jasper, as you're kind of getting situated with the armor, everybody else walking up ahead, you're still like strapping the one side. You're like, that's actually a little too tight. Okay, that's better. The jaw of the individual snaps in the other direction, and you
Are you
hear a
shitting me?
quieted whisper come out of the mouth, though the jaw does not move at all. They are coming for the end. Warn the council. And you see the tiniest little wisp leave the mouth and dissipate into the air.
Oh, well, that wasn't ominous at all.
Is he the only one that heard that, or did we all hear it?
It was once everybody else was far enough away, he was the only person in the room.
Oh, goody goody gumdrops. I will tell you all this.
Well,
I wish you would have said that earlier.
Okay.
I'm assuming the end is probably the end of most things. If it's anything to be credible for your dream you had, Fordrum, of that man that told you that the world was, not doing so hot, or all of the worlds, it's not the greatest news to hear from a dead person.
He did say this world's good, though.
He just said they're coming for the end, so it could be the end of everything. So
Yeah, that's.
if you were-
not sure what specific cancel he's thinking of.
Yeah, council. That's what I don't know.
Wait
'cause
a minute. None of the countries here have councils per se.
None that you're aware of.
At least they don't go by that name. No, they don't use the word council. Maybe it's from another continent. Maybe even another
You said
world.
he's from Taldori, right?
Possibly. That's what the armor seems to suggest.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a council there. I don't know.
Corvus, you're a noble. The Taldori Council is a thing.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, quite.
They do have a council there.
They are
in fact.
in relation to power as the Cerberus Assembly.
I think I just learned what happened to this man.
I feel like he might have. Yeah, I feel like I might have also.
I think he was working undercover to get into this cult using that symbol on his back. They found out about it, that he was working for the council in Taldore, and they killed him.
That would seem to be.
It
the
makes sense.
case.
Yeah. And luckily he was able to give us this warning, I guess, even though at this point, I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't.
We
know
already have
why
enough things to do. I don't know if going to the Taldore Council's going to be the quickest thing we can do.
Uthadern
know.
has a woman's council, but they just knit.
Oh boy.
They also weave.
Okay. That's,
At least Forgem still has his dry humor. Good. Good to know.
as useful as that information is, it's not useful at all. Now, onto this.
Well, do you know anyone on the council and can give me a description?
Not personally, no.
No, I think we're gonna have to have somebody higher.
Unless-
Oh boy.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
you've never been that deep into politics. You're aware of common phrases, but you're not. You would have to talk to somebody higher up in your family's totem pole.
The best I could do is like a name half remembered, which really wouldn't help.
Roll
anymore.
history. Let's see.
Do
Damn. Killing him with the history.
It's like he's good at this part.
I know.
It's like he slept in a library at his house.
I learned through osmosis.
I learn by absorbing the knowledge while I sleep.
So,
I just picture the enchanting table from Minecraft where it all just pulls out of the bookshelves into your brain as you're sitting around the fence.
So on a 19, I will give you the more commonly known members of the council. First of which is Keyleth of the Arashari. She is one of the highest standing council members for the past 100 years or so. Retired member of Vox Machina. There is... Oh yeah, you wouldn't be aware of that. Vexalia Dirolo. She is also an active member of Vox Machina, but as a half-elf, sits upon the council as well. There is Scanlan Shortholt, there is Pike Trickfoot, all predominant council members. Aside from that, there is one individual who does direct relations with the Empire itself. Their name is Seeker Assume Emring.
And I conveyed this information to the party.
So probably the best person to talk to is Seeker Assume. He probably knows about this man if he was working for the Tal'Dorei Council. It could be his contact back.
Although getting a hold of him would be
Quite difficult, I'm
difficult
sure.
enough.
Unless you know somebody, maybe you could talk to one of your parents, maybe?
Possibly. He might even be visiting. He does that every so often, I assume.
Yeah.
Couldn't we find out more so we just don't say to him, they're coming for the end?
I also like to mention, y'all still have me.
I'd like to try to take a quick sketch of the guy's face, just so that I have.
What were you saying, Nico?
I just wanted to remind the party that the one thing I do very well over long distances.
I mean, I feel like we should still probably try to talk in person.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get enough information out in 25 words.
That, and then I don't know if we know him well enough to send the information out.
You only have names, Nico. You need more than just their
I
name.
need to be familiar. Okay, so I need
Yeah.
a face.
If you saw their
Yeah.
face and you had their name and somebody could be like, oh, they do this at parties, that would be familiar. Enough to do a sending to them. But without a face, you have nothing.
I have 2 out of the 3. I just need a face for one of them.
Yeah.
But any one of them now can send.
But, of course, you would have to talk to somebody higher up in politics to be able to know that. Or go there. But what were you saying,
Let's
Corvus?
go there. Anyhow, I just wanted to take a quick sketch of his face before we walk away.
Do you have calligraphy tools or anything like that you're proficient with?
Nope.
Okay, give me a dexterity check. Cool. It kind of looks like the Avatar when you draw it.
Nice.
But yeah, you have a sketching of the hair.
Yeah, and I
A
have my very rough
face.
sketching of the tattoo.
Yeah,
So we're good.
like,
We got our drawing out of the way.
you have things.
We have drawings.
I have majestic figures like standing. I am Tal'Dorei man.
You're not
My art
inaccurate.
style is a little bit derivative.
You want to borrow some ink and paper?
I'm not sure I could do much better than this.
I just take out a little tiny block of wood, take a look at it, give a little eyeball, chalk some marks on it, and then stick it back in my bag and go, okay, we should keep walking.
All right.
I'll carve it tomorrow.
Sure. So you all keep walking. Jasper, over the next... Oh, no, you're not attuning until you actually take a short rest.
Yeah, you have to take a short rest.
Yeah. And marching is not short.
No.
You continue upon the winding path until eventually you all reach roughly 200-300 feet beneath the peak of the mountain into the mountain itself. Closer down towards the base from your knowledge. And this is an area that, Jasper, you remember? Corvos, Nico, remember? It was the entry into all of those tombs. You see a ruined path before you of large archways, very large sarcophagi, each of which are fully sealed, some of which are disturbed deeper inside. You know this, Jasper.
Yeah.
And you begin walking the path. Tracing back through the different sections of the walls that seem to have been drilled through over the next half hour until you make it down to that base level, the furthest any of you had been, where they were interrogating Reggie and where all of those other individuals were captive. Right around the corner, all the way down the hall, that's where it happened. You all just keep moving?
Yeah.
Corvus takes a second like he's repressing something new, but then... Or rather, re-repressing something old.
Wait, no, I said down.
Down! Down, boy!
Down emotions. We don't need that shit here. You turn right. That's very unhealthy. Anybody watching, don't do that.
Yeah, of course.
Let it out. Scream like a Viking.
As an Irishman, I'm trained professional.
In screaming.
That and repressing emotions, you know?
Oh, well, that's called alcohol. But anyways, you turn down that pathway and begin walking. Once you get further down this area, it's a very narrow corridor that is just about single file line for you all. You get to the end where you saw the torment transpiring. However, the chains attached to the sides of the walls are all empty right now. There appears to be a podium lifted higher. Fordrum, you easily discern that the stonework is different from the stonework of everything else. Everything else here is much, much old. Towards the top, only a couple of 100 years. Now that you've made it down this far, you're looking 1,000 years, possibly older. You
Yeah.
haven't stopped to look, so
Pre-calamity?
maybe.
Yikes.
This stonework looks like 1,000-year-old stone or more.
Yeah, that makes more sense as well.
This isn't, and I point at the podium. That's newer. Does it feel evil in here?
Roll me a vibe check.
Jasper certainly thinks so.
Insight perception, and charisma.
You want all three?
Yep, roll all three, and I take the average between the three. That's your vibe check. Good insight. Good perception. This is the one we're waiting on.
And a charisma save or just a charisma roll?
Just a
my-
charisma roll.
Damn.
Everything behind you, there's nothing bad or malicious about it. Actually, that seems more like a service to the individuals who were buried in these tombs. It seems
Respectful.
more ritualistic, respectful, you know? Keep them somewhere safe, somewhere far away. This podium,
Right.
very bad vibes. Shit
Right.
that immediately makes the hair at the tip of your beard stand on edge. And kind of makes your, like, your hammer hand twitch a little bit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you need to be aware of this. This is...
No, there's a.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna. Here's the thing. The place, not so bad. That podium seems really
like
bad.
sacrificial torture kind of. He points to the chains, points to the
Yes.
podium. Yeah, I think I get it.
Right.
Cultist, what's it called? The right word? Altar?
Definitely.
Yes. Like it has taken a sanctuary for dead and
Completely defiled it.
defiled it or tainted it. I would go with tainted before defiled. Because this old area, this old
Sure, they did leave that
stone-
part alone. From the looks of it.
Yeah. So, it has memories and of an age longer than that younger upstart rock. You know what? This would be a really good. You know who we should get to take this place over? That priest from the Raven Queen at the other place.
I'm sure he would absolutely love to just jump
She.
right up.
But like we destroy that altar, and they could potentially clean this place
Well, at least keep it protected from other grave robbers or.
and stuff like that. This potentially we could be donating a holy ground to a
Venerable
powerful-
institution. That's not unfavorable. However, I have to ask if we have the means of.
I don't know if I would feel
This
comfortable with
podium.
putting them in what I would assume is a through traffic ground to the Verse Glade and the Empire.
That is also true.
but value.
Great value.
You're
But
speaking like a
value-
magic player. Value.
Yeah.
Draw two? Yes.
But the value of this place to them and their faith might be something that
Yes,
They-
it could overweigh.
I think there's other things to consider, but it's something to keep in the back of our minds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We should probably try surviving and accomplishing our task first. Then we can try to do this. At least let
Oh.
them know that this is here and they can deal with it.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Nico, you wanted to send
already
a message,
assumed
right?
we were going to survive and accomplish our tasks, so I guess you're probably right. All right.
I can send if you need one, Jasper.
Yes. Well,
Jasper.
if we get out of here alive, we'll talk to them.
Do you mean we don't need the sending? I can do it.
Nah, just save your resources, save your power.
Yeah, we don't need to invite anybody here yet.
Just
Yeah.
remember, if we do invite people in a dire situation, it might take them a day or two to get here.
Yes, and hopefully we can warn them about the pit first
The pit, the enemy.
and the door that is barred from the inside.
Those are all
It's-
good points.
Also, Claire, I should clarify that this, at least he points back to back towards more the crypts and the tombs and whatnot. That was where I first started seeing the visions, and where I'm assuming the vision of the hilt came from. After I opened that crypt up there. Because after that happened was when I started seeing these strange, creepy images of things. Very dissimilar to your dreams, very different thing. I never was in this weird, strange floating place that you guys talked about, like the strange space sea.
So
It's more of like flashes of images that just occur randomly. So that's quite disturbing.
yeah.
Which I totally get. That's my fault for messing with the crypt back there, which seems to be totally fine, besides this area down here that they tainted. So that's my bad. And I apologize for that.
No need. Until it becomes a problem.
Yeah. But this
Well,
podium, eh?
All right. I don't think we should. I think we should deal with the podium in one of two ways: ignore it, or destroy
We
it.
have the means to destroy it right now, though.
What?
Jasper and Fortune both look at Corvus. What?
We could totally destroy it.
Made out of
The
made out of
podium?
stone, right?
Anyone proficient in
stone.
religion, roll me a religion check, please.
Yes, destroying a sacrificial altar probably brings bad juju.
Proficient in religion? No.
I'll allow cleric. And no one here is proficient in religion. That is great.
Dog, what?
Porter,
I don't know much
you had
about
one
others.
job.
Did you see my upbringing in my life?
Yeah. Okay
Why
then.
do I have a higher religion score?
And you're
Hey.
not even proficient.
Bard, which
Yep.
is
Bard, yeah, Lord Bard. You know random bullshits. Go
No.
for it.
Lord Board.
You know, a lot
You're
of
half
things.
proficient in
You're
everything.
jack of
Roll.
all trades. So
Roll.
yeah, dude.
Like, come on.
Yeah. There we go.
Your entire class is I'm aight. Like,
Yeah.
Nico, bad. No. Even if this altar, which you know is not associated with a god, but associated with a devil lord of one of the layers of hell.
Don't fuck with his shit.
Well, I mean, desecrating an
old.
altar to a god means instantaneous consequences. Desecrating the altar to someone like a devil from the hells, they're petty.
Yeah.
And they're very angry.
That's a good point.
And there are people who do not skip out on expenses.
Yeah. There's
So-
people that have done less that have gotten worse.
Oh,
than
yeah,
someone
yeah.
that's probably done something like
We
that.
can't hear you. What were you saying?
Do it at your own risk, guys, but just heads up. Both the gods and the devils are very petty beings. And they react very quickly.
Well,
What-
fine.
Uh,
Fuck
I'm-
it. We'll ignore it. Fuck it. Let's move.
Ignoring it seems the prudent choice.
Yep.
Yes.
Good
Leave 'em.
amount of our
This
party.
group is best.
They're not
at.
using it. They're not using it now. It's fine. We'll move on. It's abandoned. Whatever.
Nope.
We'll put a
Forget
pin in it and come back later, maybe.
maybe.
We'll wait till we have a very large clergy of clerics, maybe. That could.
I want to see how many pins you guys have in notebooks. Just like
Not.
Burn the note.
It's not even in a notebook anymore. It's, just a bunch
how
of
many
pins.
notes. It's more how many notes we have in a pin book.
Yes, basically. How many pieces of paper are attached to these pins?
That is the motto of our group. When in doubt, ignore
Which-
it.
Put a pin in it
We didn't
and
have.
never return.
Yeah.
It is
When in
important
doubt,
to
not our
point out
problem.
that devils do not have that much influence over the material plane,
No.
No.
but they are
What?
incredibly petty.
Yeah, so if they
That's-
found out in any
yeah.
way, shape, or form, they're probably not going to be too happy about it.
Especially when they command a group that's already kind of pissy with us.
That have already been here multiple
What?
times, I'm assuming.
When we could probably just tell an Empire guard and make them piss at the Empire.
Yes, let's put our problems on everyone else besides us.
I mean, that's been working so well for us so far.
have enough.
I can think of at least one other group that could deal with this problem instead.
I feel like
we got another group to deal with it.
I feel like we've made too many enemies in so many places that I feel like we should probably not keep adding to that list.
That is also a smart call.
It's not our fault. If we just tell the Empire, they will deal with it.
That's
But-
another list we have a lot of pins in that we should probably leave.
Yeah, we
That's-
just
Also, this
Well,
is a huge pin in our current relationship with the Empire that
Yeah,
I'm a bit afraid to pull that one, if I'm being honest.
put it like this. We just tell them, like, hey, we discovered this.
Oh yeah, if we pull all these pins out, there's gonna be a lot of bleeding.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can stop
I
that.
feel like on some level, the number of pins we have in there is just what's keeping us alive.
I don't know if we've overrun this pin analogy, but I like it.
The pins. That's been for our group.
Wait,
We're
how
the
did we?
pinhead.
Not every god is
We're the
petty.
pinheads.
Man, I probably wasted like at least 10 gold on all of these pins.
That Jasper, I like that name for our group. The Pinheads.
Oh, that is definitely what we are. We are pinheads.
We now discovered our group name.
Now, the real question is, who's Pinhead Larry?
Well, I know I'm definitely Dirty Dan.
It's
so-
Nico. It's Nico.
Yeah, it's definitely.
So
Yes.
now, situations he both A caused,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
terrible
Multiple concussions. Yeah.
concussions.
Yeah. And I'm definitely Dirty Dan.
Yeah.
Oh God. All right. Move. Screw this podium.
Yes, sir.
Whatever.
Inform someone else is someone else's issue.
Well, I will say this is the farthest we've gone.
Yeah.
So everything past this point, completely new. Never seen before. By us. At least.
Alrighty.
Then let's move on.
Yep.
Past
Nowhere
the
else to go.
podium, there are 3 pathways.
Oh boy. Another choice that we're probably gonna have to put a pin in.
Each one hooks and bends differently.
Yep.
One, the left one, hooks to the left and seems to bow back to the right. The right one hooks to the right, seems to bow back to the left. The center one bows to the left and immediately swoops, and you can't see further past unless you wish to step forward.
I say we take the center one.
I'm inclined to agree. Gut feeling.
I think center.
I'll lead down the center.
Yeah.
Okay. You begin traversing it, and the first several steps you all have to like sit sideways and slide through. Fordrum, it is far more uncomfortable for you than anybody else. Bulky armor.
Yeah.
As you begin swooping around, it seems to lead to a set of stairs that go down. And you can actually see a landing down there that opens up into a room.
All right.
Yeah.
Make my way down.
Walking fast?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, at speed, not fast.
Do. So,
Making my way down.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one thinking it.
yeah, I can't unthink it.
Yeah.
You begin stepping down cautiously. You get to the landing, and this appears to be a very wide open expanse before you, but your dark vision doesn't discern any features or details that are alarming. I mean, there's a couple of lifted triangular looking pillars that look to be about 4.5 feet wide and roughly about 5 feet tall, and they just seem scattered across this landscape in front of you, and it opens up wide down here.
I just stop a couple feet in and I step to the side so others can come in, but I'll just announce that this is a big room. And there's things that are outside of my vision, but I think they're like, well, they look kind of like stalagmites.
What about my vision?
Oh, bullshit.
Jasper's vision.
200 feet, right?
120 magical and
120. You don't see the end.
non-magical. Oh shit.
You only see the same thing that I just described the forge room. Just every 30, 40 feet or so, there's another set of them. However, because of your increased vision, you do discern that many of these pillars, they're all perfectly symmetrical, lined diagonally and straight across. Perfectly.
Yes, it seems like there's more pillars past these ones that are all lined up perfectly symmetrical in this place.
Every 40 feet.
Every
reach-
40 feet.
Do they reach the ceiling? No.
I cannot see that far. It
Oh,
also
you
goes
can see the
farther back-
ceiling. You can see the
Oh,
ceiling.
okay.
The ceiling's
Okay.
only about 20 feet,
Oh, okay.
and each of the pillars are about 5 feet tall, 4 feet wide. Triangular.
Okay, so they're
in
more
shape.
like braziers, like big stone pillar braziers.
I know what word I
almost.
used. Pillar.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'm gonna
It's
go over
crafted,
to a
it's
pillar
shaped.
that's.
yeah.
I'm gonna go to a pillar that's semi-close
Okay.
and just take a look at it to see if there's anything about it that looks,
Markings.
markings, or if it has been crafted for some purpose.
Did you just look at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the pillar itself, it does seem deliberately crafted, and once you approach to the first one, the shape of all of them seems perfectly symmetrical. It's hard to imagine that it's not deliberate in creation. At the
Yeah.
top of this triangle, there are 2 spikes that sit out on each flat face of the triangle towards the top. Sorry. On the base of it, it seems to have these long rods that stretch down and swoop into the floor itself, connected to the edges of this pillar, producing that triangular shape. And then there is the stone itself, which is this perfectly black obsidian color with slight traces of purple etching all around it. You see on the one before you that there appears to be some type of glyph imbued into it. Magical glyph. Though if it is still magical, you cannot discern with your mundane eye. Everything is dark vision, so it's all black and white.
Yeah. So I'll explain that there's a glyph on this. If
Ooh, Jasper walk over immediately.
Yeah. And when Jasper walks up, I'm gonna say to him, "Does this look like the stone that the sword was made out of?"
I was just about to ask that. It does look like a black stone that could possibly be what the hilt was made out of.
Well, we should want to rip one of these out before we go then.
Well, I don't know. They're made to be symmetrical. Maybe we shouldn't mess with anything. Maybe we shouldn't touch anything anymore. Because last time I touched something in here, I got awful visions, and I still have them. So maybe we just shouldn't. I think we can respect it from a distance at this point.
Nico, 20 feet back, gives a thumbs up, says go ahead if you want to.
Let's see.
Correction. 30 feet back.
If this is still magical,
Mhm.
this should work. And he will expend a sorcery point to get a charged rune, and then you'll expend the charged rune to do his manifest inscriptions. If this is emanating any sort of magic, it should light up.
Okay. It does, in fact, illuminate when you use that ability.
Ah, great.
Unfortunately, all that does is reveal itself, but it is protruding out a dim light for about
Yes, but if
6
it's just a regular
seconds,
mark,
and
then
then
it wouldn't
goes
light
down.
up, because
Yeah.
it would just be a drawing.
Yeah.
But if it's an actual magical mark that still is magical, it would light up. So that's all I needed to know.
So this is magical.
Yes, it seems like it's still working, whatever this place is, and we should not touch it or do anything to it if we don't know what we're doing, and we don't. So I will also cast the light spell I'll just do it on my ring, and I'll just kind of like Green Lantern point it, hold it out in front of this place,
Okay.
so we can see the actual what it is, what color.
Now that there's light moving around, Fordrum,
Yeah.
Nico, the two of you notice that there's a man hidden behind a pillar 40 feet over to the right from the pillar that Jasper is examining now that there's light emanating outwards. The person is wearing some fairly tight tan slacks, a lighter shade of tanned button-up shirt that seems worn and very practical, but still not that bad looking, and has leather straps over their shoulder that has a handful of daggers strapped to it, and they seem to be hiding, looking around carefully.
Well, that's horrifying.
Only the two of you see, though.
Yeah, no. I'm just like shining the beam around, like just looking at this pillar, and then they're just like, "Oh, there's something back there." Oh God. Great.
Okay.
I'm imagining something along the line like Reggie roast.
Nico, are you trying to speak right now?
No, he's not talking. He's kind of have that horrified of, oh, that's there. He's like opening his mouth to talk, shutting his mouth, opening it again.
That's
Hello?
our word. That's our word. Say
Fuck you. Do not kill us. We won't kill you.
Don't mind me.
Are
They
you like,
quickly take
swivels
off
his
and
head.
run towards a different pillar and hide behind it.
Parlay?
Huh?
Jasper's like, "What the fuck?" Who
The
said that?
individual is about 5'10". You may even describe them as 5'10" and a half.
Oh.
I say out to him.
What'd you say?
Parlay.
They pop their head out. Shit. What languages do you know? All of you. Exotic only. Exotic languages.
Let's see.
Sylvan.
Okay.
Primordial.
Primordial.
Yeah, Primordial and Marquesian, if that's exotic. It's exotic here.
Yes.
Elvish and Dwarven?
Okay. Corvus and Jasper. They are speaking common with a dialect that seems similar to Primordial,
Uh-huh.
which is odd, because
Yeah.
you can't think of a culture that does that here.
Yeah, I'll speak in Primordial then.
Likewise.
We are just here exploring.
Oh.
What are you
About
doing?
time somebody actually speaks common. Okay, that's fantastic. They stand up and like wave their hair back and approaches over towards you, just holding the straps of their shirt, or of their leather straps.
Yeah.
They seem to have a very, very large backpack on their back that you're not sure how you didn't see that. With all manners of picks, shovels, everything attached to it. And as they approach over towards you, they stick their hand out directly to you, Jasper. Nathan Gale, world's greatest archaeologist. Pleasure to meet you.
Jasper.
In Primordial.
Yeah, Jasper.
He looks at his hand, looks at you.
I will shake his hand.
He shakes it, not the strongest grip. Then turns over to you, Corvus. Ah. Triton, that's so cool. I haven't met anybody like you here before. Nathan Garrell, world's greatest archaeologist. Pleasure to meet you.
Corvus Asteroth. Likewise.
Shakes your hand. Again, not a very strong grip, but it's a grip. So, what brings you here?
Oh, very, very long story.
Mm.
And I'm assuming you're here because of archaeological history?
Yes,
Hmm.
I am the world's greatest archaeologist.
Yes, you did say that.
I am.
And as I have not met any other archaeologists, I am keen to agree with you so far.
Really? You haven't met any... there's not a famous archaeologist here?
You're the only famous one I've ever met.
Oh. That's right. I am the world famous archaeologist.
Have we heard that name before?
Unfortunately, none of you have.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Has he touched any of these pillars?
Two of them, yeah. The one he was hiding behind before, and the one he just ran into and hid behind. But he held on to the prongs at the side, not actually the pillar on the inside.
Okay, good. So you know how dangerous this place is. I'm sure you know something about this place already.
Oh, I mean, fairly dangerous. As dangerous as most places hidden away in the depths of history and the depths of knowledge.
So
So
what do you
enough.
know about this place then? You know what it is?
Specifically right here?
Well, not anything here. The crypts above.
Wait, there's crypts above.
Oh boy. Wait. Did you come from the other direction, from the Verst?
The Verst.
Oh boy.
What's a Verst?
Just
I mean, I know what a Verst is, but like,
how did you get here then?
I walked. Further that way, there's a, well, you have to solve the puzzles. I solved it from the other side. I'm not sure how it is on this side. And
No puzzles where we came from.
Really? Oh, well, that sounds a lot more boring.
Easier though.
Sure, of course.
Certainly more convenient.
That. What's the point of convenience if you don't have a little adventure in your life?
Trust me,
Oh,
there's enough adventure.
we've had a lot of adventure the past couple weeks.
Oh, really?
Alright, we can talk.
That is wonderful.
We don't need it under every nook and cranny.
That's fair, I suppose. My job is to get in every nook and cranny.
Do you know how or the connections this place has?
Oh, yes. This place is kind of magnificent. It seems to have connections with a few other entities and deities that seem to no longer have power here, which I find very interesting. Tell me, who are your deities? He looks across the four of you.
I just immediately instinctually look at Fortune. I don't know, whatever he's got.
Is he speaking in common?
He's
Or
speaking
still
primordial right now, yeah.
Yeah. When I get looked at, I go, "What?
He wants to know what your deity is.
Oh, the Allfather, dwarven creator of everything, patron of the arts."
I will translate that for him, and then I'll add on. Which you do you speak common? It would probably be a lot more.
I'm speaking common right now.
Oh boy. Oh god. Oh no.
Yes.
I'm afraid no.
Well, common for you, I'm assuming.
Where is
But-
this guy from?
Here, it's not very common to speak primordial.
Really?
No.
He pulls out a quick notebook that seems to be attached to a tight wire that's wrapped around it several times, attached to his hip, and then quickly jots something down and closes it and lets it just dangle on his hip.
Besides me and Corvus here, not many people that we've met have actually been able to speak it besides us two.
Really?
That I know.
What about Elvish?
It's more common, yeah.
Good day, speaks in Elvish, Nico Fordrum.
Yep.
Okay.
Not
Corvus
me.
Jasper.
Now me, I
No.
don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're out.
yeah, okay, so he
He
starts
just
talking to
switched.
the other two. Hello, my name is Nathan Garrell, world's greatest archaeologist.
Oh,
Pleasure to
Christ.
meet you. Sticks his hand out to you,
Meet-
Fordrum.
Alright.
I reach over, shake his hand. That's
Then
a pretty weak grip.
he
Um,
then walks over to you, Nico. Hello, Nathan Garrell, world's greatest archaeologist. Pleasure to meet you.
Jasper just holds one finger up.
Nico.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
Alright. Now I'm ready.
Oh. Okay. Magic. Yes, I
Cheetah.
hear that makes life easier for a lot of people. So,
Oh, you cheating bastard!
Yeah, boy.
utility
Where are you
spells.
from?
I was about to ask that same question.
Nico, you can, but you know that it's not. Yeah. He looks over at you, Forgem, and goes, "Oh, in Elvish, are you aware of foreign affairs outside of this plane?
Plane?
Like a different plane
Oh,
of
I guess
existence
not.
entirely?
Okay. What?
that where
Oh,
you're from?
you're aware.
Yeah, I know there's planes of existence, but
Oh,
not met many people that have been there.
Great. I don't want to screw things up and introduce something a little premature to all of you. Yes, I'm from Zodiac. Well, originally I'm from Solemn. Then I spent a great deal of time in Zodiac, and now I've recently left Zodiac to adventure further away.
And those are the names of different planes of existence?
Why, yes, they're your closest neighbors.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well,
And are they similar to this place?
oh,
Or are
I
they,
mean,
like,
in ways.
Full of chaos and destruction?
Well, hey, not anywhere is perfect, okay?
Well, I'm saying more of like the hells or some more
Whoa! I mean,
elementally.
Zodiac is very close to hell, actually. But it isn't hell. It's just close, like, in relations of distance.
Yeah, I just mean more like I've heard
More
some planes can
geographically
be
than conceptually.
very wildly
Oh
magical.
no!
and
Zodiac is actually one of the
fantastical.
most beautiful places I have ever been to in my life. I mean, the different geological advances that this plane just naturally produced and protruded with is just remarkable. And they say this with like a sense of love and admiration towards that.
And how did you get here
I walked.
from Zodiac?
Well, I mean, there was
You
a couple of
walked from a different
detours.
plane.
I mean,
Like teleportation or like
no, I
just
walked.
walking?
I walked. I have unique means of accessing things. That I'm not allowed to share with other planes. That's part of the deal. Okay.
What?
Who did you make the deal with?
I don't think that's also up for debate.
Well, a friend.
Couldn't say who the deal was. He didn't. say.
Janice?
He looks at you and just like squints. How do you know him?
Oh no.
We've spoken.
Yeah.
Really?
He did
So
speak to Forger.
you're are you wait? But you worship the sun god?
No.
Well, no.
No? He looks over
No.
at all of you. Oh, you worship the hammer god.
Yes.
I do.
Yes. With our group, it is
The
hammer
one
time,
who is
all
in
the time.
charge of all of the hammers.
Hammers and pins.
Yep. That is us. We are the group that is just hammer time all the time.
I thought no. we're the-
Wonderful. That's great. But you're aware of Jonas. That is, he pulls out the book and writes very aggressively. Wait a second. How?
A dream.
Jonas
Same
doesn't
dream?
influence here.
No.
Wait. He opens up his book and flips back several pages. Am I in Exandria?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, there was a fork, and I was hoping I took the good direction. Okay, yeah. Jonas doesn't have influence here.
No.
No, we met him in a dream, and unfortunately, he didn't have the greatest things to say.
Where does Janice have influence on?
Specifically, not here. And Tundras.
Wow. So, Tundras?
No, those are the two places he doesn't influence.
Gotcha.
Or have
Well.
influence over. To be fair, though, none of the gods really have any influence over Tundras. Well, I mean, there are a couple, but, you know. Oh, you don't
Huh.
know. Never mind.
And I'm assuming
Ignore
Tundra
that
is
I just
another
said
one of
that.
these planes of existence.
Well, yeah.
And that one doesn't have any gods?
There's no influence from them. There are
Ah.
gods there.
Oh, Christ.
They just
Jasper's
don't have
having
influence.
Jasper right now in his head just has elevator music in the back, just like
So, is that the way out? He points over to the staircase you guys came out of. Somehow he can see
Yeah.
despite the fact of being human.
It is a way out.
Sure.
Wonderful.
Why not?
Well, best of luck to all of you.
Did you?
Wait a
Can we
minute.
ask another question? Did you enter near the waterfall, or
Does he know about the symbol? Do you think he might know that?
Maybe.
What symbol?
I will show him the drawing of the symbol I made. This was tattooed on the back of somebody that we passed by up there.
Oh wow, you need to take some art classes.
Well, I'm not really into art, but this is the best I could draw from it.
Wait,
Illusion.
somebody up the. Did
Minor
you murder
illusion.
somebody?
no?
We found him like
Is is murder okay here?
I mean,
Nope. Not normally.
no.
Not
No,
normally.
no. Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
So
death is a part of life, but
Murder. Okay.
typically don't force it.
so you
Corvus,
do
don't
have
forget this.
a moral construct of civilization here. That's good.
Yeah, more of if you kill a bandit, it's okay, but if you kill like law-abiding citizens,
Like literally any random person, not so much.
not so much. Yeah, but if you see like a group of bandits that are planning to destroy a village,
Wow.
yeah, go.
That is that is amazing. So
Yeah.
you're allowed to kill in self-defense
Yes.
or for the betterment of others.
There's a lot of other places that don't really do that.
Zodiac actually. I mean, you
Oh.
can, but the rest of the world's trying this new peace thing. Not sure how it's going to work. It seems purely experimental, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of an experimental mode here as well, but they're trying to get it to work.
Wonderful. Was that all the questions you had for me?
No.
There's a lot of things that we would like to know. We've
I
had
mean,
some
we
strange
could
things happen.
stand here all day if we really wanted to.
Jiro,
Yeah.
minor illusion, the symbol that Corvus tried to draw earlier, but what it actually looked like.
Jasper drew it.
Jasper.
And you kind of like begin refining it, and he looks at it and goes, "Ah."
Do you know this symbol?
He writes in his book. Is that the limitation of your magical prowess?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you do have some knowledge of magic. That's good.
Yeah, we have
outside
magic,
of
we have
mundane. I thought it was just the
Yeah.
architecture in here.
So in
Uh,
return for the knowledge we're giving you, do you mind giving us knowledge?
Ah.
We gave you a lot of knowledge on our world.
I will say that what I remember Fordrum telling us is that John has said that all of the worlds were at stake. A lot of dead, a lot of bad things happening to all of them. So
Jonas is always going on about stuff like that. You never know
Yeah.
when it's actually gonna happen, because to him, when is now, then is, will be, and potentially it will once was.
Right.
Like he's a fucking headache.
Yes, plus
Okay.
everyone here has had dreams about going to this strange starry place where they were floating.
The
Eva?
astral.
Yes, besides me. I have not had that.
It's called the astral.
A
Oh.
dish.
Oh, really? All of you are being summoned. That is so.
Oh yes, it had that
interesting.
dish. There was that dish thing that you guys saw.
Oh, that's your portal, your personal portal.
Oh.
Yes, each world has its own portal. Based off of how large it is the amount of outer influence that can be produced inside of it. The amount of overflow that you have coming out of it is the amount of magic that the world is currently not able to withstand and needs to be pushed out into other places for purposes of balance. And
what's the
some
dragon?
have their own unique attributes. What'd you say?
What's the dragon then?
Oh, that's an astral
yeah.
dragon. You don't ever want to fuck with those things.
Didn't think we did. So
No,
glad I made the call. He did that.
Do you guys have you guys have dragons here? So you're aware of dragons, right? Like the
Correct.
big,
Yes.
bad, chromatic, metallic, all of that.
Yep.
Take the biggest, baddest, worstest one you've ever experienced. Astral dragons are bigger, badder, and worser.
Oh.
Oh.
Don't
And they
fuck
can
Didn't you
literally
say-
destroy your essence of ever being happy with even death.
Oh.
Didn't you guys say that you saw a group of people that were nearby and they got obliterated?
What?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
No, you didn't see them get obliterated. You saw them fleeing from it.
I
Uh,
thought you said that they were like you saw them and they disappeared. And then-
Yeah, they
They
disappeared.
ran away.
They were
Good.
nope.
Okay.
I've mostly repressed. I put a pin in it, so to say.
Yeah.
Another one of those pins, those pesky pins.
Pesky pins.
Well,
It's a term on this plane.
Okay.
Very well.
I'm sure
Uh,
you have places to be, but there's one more thing. Just
Yeah,
one last thing.
All right, just one more question, okay?
Okay.
And I can deny you access to the answer because there are certain things you're not supposed to know.
Jasper writes down on the back of the piece of paper that he wrote his bad drawing on the word that Rez said. Exium. And he'll try to do it like right in front of him to like show him. Like the drawing in the air symbol of like Exium.
So you don't actually write it.
No. Just like I'm about to write it, but I'm just like writing it in the air in front of it. Just so we can see it better.
And he looks and just like he stops your hand, like moves it away.
Yes.
What do you have to do with that?
We had a friend that saw a vision, and that was the word that was spoken to him.
Saw a vision of that.
Yes, it was said by a giant hand with an eye in the palm. That's what he told. That's what he told us, at least.
He pulls out a second notebook that was kind of hidden underneath his backpack and begins writing on that one instead.
What did he say it was, guys? I think it said something else. I don't remember. All I know is that word specifically was important.
So
Did it war?
Ah.
What was it? I'm trying to remember.
that are you asking me that?
Given that reaction, I'm assuming you know something about it.
You know,
Is
a
it
little.
like a powerful being itself?
Oh.
A god, not god?
It's not a god.
Oh, well, that's...
Well, I
Trying to
mean,
be?
it is. It could be if it wanted to be, but it isn't. It
I'm
is.
going to ask a slightly more relevant question. How many orders of magnitude of bad are we talking about? Because I'm getting that distinct vibe here.
Yeah, if we're talking like demon lord, devil.
What? Oh, those things. I mean,
Like
I have
Evil god.
played polo with Lords of Hell before.
Oh,
You know, I'm not a big fan of them. I understand the work that they are doing is incredibly necessary and for the good of all of us, honestly.
There's a pillar that's tainting a room on your way out. If you'd like to get rid of that, that'd be great.
yeah, there was a cult of Despater that was here.
Oh,
while ago.
Despater! I don't like that one. He's kind of like a manipulator of the rules. Not a big fan.
Yeah, they took up shop up there. That's where the body was from.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. But
Yeah,
anyways,
So like more than like even more powerful than some of the like evil betrayer god kind of level almost like that kind of powerful.
what do you mean
Or-
betrayer god?
Okay, well,
You mean gods have betrayed you here?
there was a war between the gods a while ago.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Well,
called
I mean,
this, calamity.
that
Schism.
is incredible. Keeps writing in their notebook.
A couple thousand years
one?
ago.
2,000 years ago, calamity was
about.
happening. He
Which
flips
notebooks
through
you
his
write-
book.
Which
Yeah.
notebook is you writing this in?
The one that he had underneath his backpack.
The second one. Okay.
Yeah. The one that none of you knew was there until he pulled it out and started writing.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, very well hidden.
Yes, we've learned a lot of things that we still have had no explanation given to us, so we're just kind of running on nothing. And you're the first person that's given us anything relatively close to an answer.
So, as for that thing, I cannot tell you about it.
Yes, I assumed that. It doesn't like it's whatever this word is being said or written out loud. So, that makes sense.
Is
We're
it
just
Any that has, well, you can't.
General threat level would be good. Just really, or if you know anybody we should speak to this about to try to get help.
It's so I don't know how your threat level system works, but to us there is devastating, continental, godlike, tier 2 godlike, tier 1 godlike, and annihilation.
Go on a scale of 1 to 10.
Or use your scale. We can.
Annihilation.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
got it.
if you have an actual problem. I mean, in all honesty, it's very, very unlikely that that is having any luck, and I am going to speak to some of my devil friends to see if there's any,
Choose.
leakage information.
Devil friends?
well,
He
yes,
did
I have
say
a
that
lot
he
of
played
friends.
polo with a level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Here's the.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've played polo with a couple of devils before. Only an archmage once, or not an archmage, an archfiend once. So,
Did you cheat?
oh no, I'm not that stupid. You don't try cheating them; they cheat you, and you just accept it.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I meant. Did they cheat?
Oh yes, I mean nobody's that good at polo, honestly. But I will say I will talk
Water
to one
or
of
pony?
them. Huh?
Water or pony?
Oh, pony.
Uh,
Yeah, not a big fan of water. Not the funnest. Bad memories. But anyways,
I like it.
well, that's fair. To each their own, right? But anyways, I will talk to one of them. Fair.
And should
And
we not
just-
say anything
just-
about it?
I would recommend never, ever, ever, ever speaking its name or writing it down for entities that powerful that grants it power.
Got
And
it.
Good to know.
even speaking its name draws its attention nearer.
got it.
Gotcha.
So that's something, I would recommend. There's an old practice that many people where I come from do. It's called repressed memories.
Hey.
Oh, hey, you have that too.
This
Yes!
literally the name of our group now is because of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I would say bury that memory deep inside of your mind and pray that it never
It's
happened.
already done.
Good. Well,
so we're supposed to
anyways,
sit on this information and never tell anybody ever again.
I mean,
Is there no one you could think of that we could possibly trust with this information?
there's plenty of people I can trust, but I don't know anyone here that you can trust.
No plane hoppers like you, apparently, because that's a thing
I
that
am
people
looking
do.
for one. I am looking for one here. And if I find her, I'll let you know.
Her?
Yes. No offense. It would be
Give us a-
rude of me to out her like that.
If you give us a name, we find her. I could.
I don't want to out her. She's a associate.
Is she part of the Cerberus Assembly here?
What the hell's that?
Oh, never mind.
What? Cerberus Assembly.
Oh, maybe Taldore? That
What
might
the
make more
fuck
sense.
is a Cerberus?
It
I
is
mean,
a form-
Cerberus is a three-headed dog. So do you guys have those here?
I've not seen one.
Oh,
haven't seen
fiendish in origin as well. They're actually quite lovely when you get them well tamed and feed
No,
them
it's-
lots.
It's just a council of extremely powerful archmages.
It's a form of government here. One of the governments.
Your archmages are in charge of government here.
Well,
Not specifically.
let's
I
just say
said-
corruption runs deep in the political structure here.
Of one of the countries here.
And they also
I s-
run the team.
Yeah, they're-
It's not the greatest situation.
I'll tell you what. When I find my way out of this goddamn place,
Yeah, that's
what
right.
cardinal direction should I go to find my way to a large library or resource? Do you guys have
Uh,
public libraries here?
North. Once you get out of
The
here, go-
closest large place is Zadash.
Which
With
is
a very good
Zad
library.
Dash.
Zadash.
dash.
That sounds
Zadash.
That is a dead north. If you want to go to a closest town, then go to Sadash. I'd say go a little
if
bit
you can find the main road,
west.
just generally to the west, then just travel
generally-
north along that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull
You'll
out the
get
map. Oh,
there.
pull out the map. Point.
He looks at the map.
are here.
And takes out a note and, like, with remarkable precision, just etches the map onto his notepad.
Yep. I point at the Versglade Mountains. We're about here,
Right, Duke. Okay.
and then
and
there's
I
the
need to
dash.
go. Okay. Cool.
and
Thank
then
you.
north of that is the capital, Rexentrum, where the Serpent Assembly is.
So, what do you all use for currency here?
Pulls out a platinum and a gold. These are the two most expensive.
I also pulled out silver and a copper. And these
Those are the cheapers.
we do it by denomination of 10.
10. Yeah.
And of this, 10 copper makes it a silver, 10 silver makes a gold, 10 gold makes a platinum.
Is there anything else you all value here?
Gems.
Gems! Gems! Cool! Can I buy some currency from you?
Oh.
Also, I'm sure I'm just gonna say this. Please don't tell anybody you met me. You know, I'm not sure
Sounds
how
fine.
people like your Cerberus puppy assembly would take me being here, and you know,
Very badly. They would investigate you, probably kidnap you, probably.
I don't want to
and
go through that again.
Then
So
they are the type.
let's
Okay.
just keep me a secret, please.
I mean, we've kept all these other pieces of information a secret from everybody else, basically.
I mean, I might as well repress the rest of this conversation.
We're just gonna repress everything we've seen down here so far.
Corvus,
so.
you are a professional. But yeah, is there any way I could
I-
purchase some of the currency for you for gems?
What kind of gems do you have?
I have
Because we have uses for gems still too.
uses. Oh, you all do augments.
Yes.
I was wondering
Yes.
about that. My augments don't work right here.
What?
He like
Perhaps the
looks
magic
at his
translating as
daggers,
well?
which have tiny augments at the ends of them. And he's like, yeah, they don't work here.
Do they look different than ours, or is it just?
I mean, the magic, you don't see anything that would discern it as magical, unfortunately. You just see that the gem looks very well crafted and polished and refined.
Strange.
Yeah.
Perhaps the magic you use just doesn't translate right.
That's
Do you
what
have
I'm
any other magic that
thinking.
you know doesn't work here?
My magic works here, but then again, I don't have divine magic. Well, not that much. Anyways, can I trade you these two daggers? One with a ruby, one with a sapphire. For... How does that translate? 1,000 gold?
Sure. I will give him 1,000 or 100 platinum.
Great!
Just 10.
And he
Yeah.
hands you the two daggers. Do you happen
is
to have other daggers that are mundane or a short sword?
I pull out 2 daggers and I hand it to him.
Thank you. And he takes the 10 or the 100 platinum and goes,
Yep.
Can I get this broken down like 10 gold, 10 silver, 10 copper?
Oh yeah. Hold up.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
10.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. That is wonderful. Well, pleasure to meet you all, he says in Elvish and then in Primordial. Remember the name, Nathan Gale, world's greatest archaeologist. Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure,
Yep.
pleasure. Alrighty. And I'm off. And he takes off. And I believe at this point, even though you guys got literally no relevant information as to what's up ahead from you, this
Got
is
a lot
probably
of
where we're
information
going to
about other
end the
stuff.
session.
Out of
What
information.
the fuck just happened?
Everybody, thank you so much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a good time, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Fuck it, I just had a Jimmy Neutron.